GM everyone, welcome. I'm Monica, I'm marketing manager at Aurora. This is another episode of Behind the Stack. This is a live stream series where we give the floor to each of our partners from the Aurora Marketplace. So, some weeks ago, we onboarded the top tier players in the industry and also created the marketplace. You can see it as a toolkit for launching your chain, where you got everything all ready to use by anyone that wants to launch a virtual chain, from data, oracles, identity, cloud computing, payments, and all that. So the partner we are spotlighting today is Mobula, and for that I would like to invite on stage the CEO and co-founder, Sasha. Welcome.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me.
Hello, thanks a lot for being here with us. And I think to begin with, so everyone knows you, it would be good if you can maybe say a few things about yourself, your background, and all that.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, to introduce myself, I'm the founder and CEO at Mobula. I've been, I think, working in crypto since I started working at all. I started pretty early, around like 15, building bots, like trading bots for customers. Then started to dig into DeFi, built my first venture, Stay Safe Free, which I sold, which was like a token security API when I was 16. And 3 years ago, I launched Mobula. We raised a pre-seed, and we've been growing ever since. To wrap things up about Mobula really quickly, we are providing data and execution to next gen products like high frequency, or like Aurora is doing like on many chains. We are trying to basically br- bridge the gap from legacy providers. That's what we are trying to do. And like products running on Mobila, you have like Chainlink, you have Universalix, and a few others. Yeah.
Cool. An OG in the space. So yeah, good to have you here. I was just looking on the website of Mobula, and what it says there is the last on-chain data provider you'll ever need. So I was wondering, why is that, and how can you, or how do you differentiate yourself from the competition or from others out there?
Yeah, it's a good question. This space is very competitive. There are a lot of different providers. What we tried to come up with is something where, basically, like the way we build the product is gathering users' complaints and feedbacks constantly, and constantly iterating on it to get something where most people end up on the documentation and are happy enough to build their product with that, instead of like the current state of the market is most people will jump between like five different providers to get like token metadata, token prices, wallet data, stuff like that. And what we try to do is like bring everything in one unified API, which is like very tricky technically, but once it works, it's super worth it, I think.
I think that's a very good point. And then my next question was regarding the problems that you guys are solving. I think having one place, one go-to place is amazing. Is there other are there other problems that you are trying to solve in the space that you are seeing currently?
Um, yeah, I think like composability with chains, like that comes with this same root problem, but like a lot of providers have a limited set of chains. What we do is you can, like as a service, add new blockchains to the product yourself without asking us. So I think that's one of the things that makes us relevant for the Aurora stack, and for Aurora as a service overall. And we've seen that being pretty successful so far.
Cool. So if we think of founders and virtual chain founders of Aurora, what can the builders do with Mobula and why is it beneficial? Can you run us through a bit?
Yeah, I think you can see Mobula as a part of your backend as a product. A lot of things you will do will require external providers, whether that's for fetching on-chain data like balances, historical transactions, prices. A chunk of your UI will eventually be external providers, and that's basically what will let you do with Mobula.
Cool. You are mentioning obviously about the data that builders can access. I think would be also good to see, some of the most relevant use cases that you've seen, a bit to inspire the virtual chain founders and maybe to give a bit of an easier way to see Mobula.
Yeah, for sure. So a good example, yeah, will probably be like particular networks product. Like yeah, I think it's also relevant in that chain agnostic scope because like they have a lot of different chains covered. So yeah, we can maybe like go through that later. But yeah, it's a good example.
Awesome. And do you have specific key services you offer to Aurora builders or any kind of access structure or just a bit so people know how they can access that?
Yeah, I mean, so you're asking about like specific discounts for Aurora founders, is that right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so I think like did we have with Aurora is like we give like a lot of initial credits for like that should sustain like the first few months of the roll up. Yep.
Cool. Yeah, I think people can just go on the marketplace and check the Mobula individual page and then request integration. That's the pretty easy way to get in touch with you guys, and then start from there. Maybe just to go next step, we can show the viewers on how it looks and a bit on a demo if you have.
Yeah, for sure. I can maybe like. Do you want me to share screen on that?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, let me try to do that. Hmm, okay, share screen. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we do.
Nice. So yeah, I think so. I'll maybe share screen on our landing to yeah, give a bit of context. We just released a new one. So the front face of the product, of course, is like just a landing. You have the docs where you can see all the different backend API calls you can do from your product. But I think the most yeah, like the best showcase is probably to show a live app. Oops, like Universal X, where you can see like prices, charts, balances, stuff like that. Okay, I need to sign up. But yeah, I think it's the best showcase. All right. Yep. So I pick yeah, a candle like that. You can see historical trades, stats, balances, stuff like that being yeah running on our stack. I guess that's pretty much it on the product side.
Cool. Yeah, thanks a lot for showing us a bit on that. Let's see. I've seen some questions from the community. Mhm. Um, how do you validate token data on Mobula, and can anyone contribute to improve listings or metadata?
Yeah, so the way we do that is through scrolling most metadata websites, and we curate that through AI and like kind try to have like the best coverage in terms of logo, websites, stuff like that. It's not something the community can contribute to. It's an automated process.
Okay, cool. Um, what types of projects are already using Mobula's data, wallets, aggregator, analytic tools?
Yeah, so I think you can see the logos on the website, but like I think probably the biggest names being like Chainlink, like Bubble Maps, Unix, stuff like that.
Cool. So make sure to check it out. Another question is if one dev builds the next text on Aurora, how can Mobula help them win faster?
Yeah, I think it's very relevant. Like you can use Mobula to get your candle charts, P&L analysis for your users, prices. Yep, like on the backend side, basically, I'd say.
Cool. And what security measures does Mobula implement to safeguard the user data?
Um, I mean, like there is, as it's like not, it's public data. There is not a lot of issues in terms of compliance for these kind of things. To be honest, there's like not much to do, but we are compliant with like standard like SOC2 stuff, like the basics ones.
Cool. How does Mobula intend to onboard users from other projects, seeing that not all Web3 users are familiar with your project?
Yeah, I mean, we are not a consumer facing product, to be honest, so it's not really something we have to deal with.
Cool. Strategic partnership is a crucial part of the project. So, what does Mobula consider in choosing its partners?
Yeah, I mean, we have like distribution partners, like for example, Aurora and other providers that cannot meet the needs of their users. So yeah, I guess it's mostly like distribution partnerships.
Okay, cool. And I also had a question. I was curious, how is the data indexing working at Mobula?
It's pretty complex, but the best way to explain that is like we stream all new blocks, transform them into meaningful data like swaps, transfers, and then update our data models internally, like a pool state, token prices, user balances, stuff like that.
Awesome. Cool. Do you have any other last words for the founders of the virtual chains on Aurora?
No, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm very bullish on like the multi-chain Aurora Pass as a service infra. So yeah, like keep grinding, and if you need my help on anything, like just ping me. I'm super available.
Cool. I can confirm that Sasha is always available. So make sure to request integration and get in touch with the team. Sasha, thanks a lot for joining us in this series and also for being part of the movement. So yeah, let's launch the next 1,000 plus chains together.
Nice. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.